thanks Raid Shadow Legends for sponsoring this video. For today's video, we're going to be making some incredible ribs. Yes, we got the traditional ribs which falls off the bone and it's absolutely delicious. And we cannot forget about the grilled ribs. I mean, come on, just take a look at this. It is what I like to call heaven on earth. But besides the traditional ones, we also have something insane. We're talking about deep fried Takis ribs. Is this going to be good? Well, there's only one way to find out because it's the St. Louis ribs experiment. So let's do it. And we start off with the star of the show, St. Louis ribs. These are my favorite types of ribs. Unlike baby backs, they don't have a lot of meat. However, they do have a lot of flavor. The first thing I like to do is to trim them. As you can see, this part on the top right here will just come off. So we're better off go ahead and trimming it now. And this other part is so thin that it's gonna dry out through the cooking process. So I much rather take it off and put it to good use. And any small pieces that are flopping out, I just like to remove it. Because in the end, I'm left with some beautiful ribs. Take a look. Perfectly trimmed, nice and square. And most importantly, they are even. We want all of the ribs to cook evenly. Now for these first two ribs, this is what's gonna happen. We're gonna be smoking one and the other one we're gonna deep fry it in Takis. But the first step, we treat them exactly the same. And that is first to season them with a good amount of salt. Keeping the salt separate from the barbecue rub allows me to put the right amount. Because once that's done, I went right in with the barbecue rub. For today, I'm using Guga's rub. The wonderful thing about it is that you can make this rub at home. If you have not seen that video yet, make sure you check it out in the description down below later on. Now there's a huge dilemma in the barbecue world to remove it or not remove the membrane. Here's what I say. If you're going to be smoking it in low temperature like low and slow, go ahead and remove it. But if you're going to be grilling it or smoking it at high temperature, it's actually a good thing to leave it on because it's a protective layer. But since these are going to be smoked at 250 degrees Fahrenheit, I went ahead and removed it. And it's great because it allowed me to go ahead and add more seasoning. As you can see, once I was done, every single edge of these ribs was perfectly seasoned with the rub. That is exactly what I was looking for. Because the next thing to do is to go ahead and throw it in my smoker. For that, I'm putting my Camp Chef smoker at 250 degrees Fahrenheit. The only thing I'm really looking for is color, because by default my smoker produces an incredible flavor already, and usually that takes about 3 hours. As that was happening, it allowed me time to go ahead and prepare the third one. And this one, the seasoning is going to be very different. Like always, I started with a good amount of salt first. Then I went ahead and jumped into freshly ground black pepper. Now for this rib, that's it. Nothing else. I want to keep it nice and simple because I'm trying to avoid any rubs that have sugar on them. Remember, we're going to be grilling it at high temperature, and sugar burns. That's a no-go. But to add even more flavor, I'm going to be basting it with some butter. And for that, I melted some butter, threw in some garlic paste, a little bit of freeze-dried parsley, and mixed it well. That is my basting sauce. It does not get any easier than that. And it should be perfect to go along with the ribs. Talking about that, by this time my smoked ribs were ready. Take a look. That is exactly the color I was looking for. Notice that we don't have any pullback on the bone yet. That is because it's not fully cooked. But we're gonna get the job done right now. And to do that, the fastest way is to go ahead and throw in aluminum foil. For some added moisture, I threw in some butter. We all know butter makes everything taste better. The only thing left to do was to wrap them up nice and tightly and throw them back in the smoker at 250 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours. As that was going, it was time to make the crusts. And take a look at this. Crushed up Takis, the red one. Because to my surprise, we also have the blue kind. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad one. But hey, here we are and we're gonna try them on some ribs. Because after about 1 hour on the smoker, the ribs were ready. And take a look. Now that looks like a perfect rib to me. The next thing to do was to go ahead and separate each individual bone. I sliced them up and they were ready. Because we're using the 3-step breading process to make this happen. First, we throw it into the flour, followed by the egg wash, and it's straight to the Takis crust. I mean, take a look at this thing. It looks good enough to eat already. So I went ahead and continued the whole process because once I was done, take a look. I know it looks like Christmas ornaments, but this one you can eat. And hopefully it's going to turn out fantastic. That is to be determined real shortly. As now, the only thing left to do is to go ahead and fry them. For that, I'll be keeping my oil at 375 degrees Fahrenheit. And don't forget, we're also going to be grilling some ribs. I'll first put a nice beautiful sear on it. Then I'll be cooking it in indirect heat until I reach an internal temperature of 200 degrees Fahrenheit. Because now I would like to say it is enough talking and it is time to cook them. So let's do it. Before moving forward, I would like to thank today's sponsor, Raid Shadow Legends. Raid is an awesome mobile game with tons of champions. Check them out on my link in the description box to get started. Check out this new clan boss with 6 heads, the Hydra. Each head is a complete boss battle all in its own. Like this one, the Head of Suffering. It's got a pain link debuff, which lets the head share the damage it takes with you. And how about this one, the Head of Wrath? After you hit it 15 times, the Head of Wrath gives itself a scary buff, which triple its attack power until the end of its next turn. And that is something I really like about the game. There's always something new champions, new bosses. Like right now, Raid is giving away the Super Limited Edition Champion, Esports Legend, and Navy Superstar Simple between now and January 28th, 2022. It's available for free to both new and old players. All you have to do is log in for 7 days between now and January 28th, and he's yours. On top of that, there's a ton of New Year's events and tournaments, including a special fusion event where you can get one of Raid's newest legendary champions. It's a great time to get started. If you use my link on the description, you get a free starter pack worth almost $30 to kickstart your game. A free champion Aina, 200,000 silver, 1 energy refill, 1 XP boost, and 1 ancient shard so you can summon an awesome champion as soon as you get in game. All this treasure will be waiting for you here. It's that easy. Just click the link on the description and I'll see you in the game. Thank you, Raid Shadow Legends, for sponsoring this video, but now let's get right back to it. Alright, everybody, here we have our beautiful feast today. Are you guys hungry?
2/3 beautiful.
This one looks interesting though.
That's where it starts getting ugly.
You know what? Interesting is the perfect word to describe how that looks.
It's a Christmas episode, everybody. What's going on over here?
It looks like you colored them with crayons.
I know.
Well, Merry Christmas, everybody.
I don't know if the holidays are already passed, but hey, it looks like the
Looks
holidays.
like you guys celebrating Christmas.
It looks
It's
like
Takis, by the way, just so you guys know. It's Takis.
Wow.
I didn't paint it with crayon, all right? All right, we got a little experiment. We got barbecue, we got grilled, and we got Takis deep fried. It's supposed to be blue, but it
so then it
turns out green.
I'm really excited for these two, and these two have me really worried.
Exactly.
These are the blue fuego. I think
Exactly. That's what it is. Enough talking, let's go for it. I said we dig in with a control, yeah? This one right here,
This
everybody.
is my kind of video.
That's right, Leo? I don't know about you guys, but I absolutely love ribs.
I love barbecue. I can never get enough barbecue.
Ribs is my jam.
Ribs is the best. All right, the very first one, straight up barbecue sauce. You guys already know. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, everyone.
This is delicious.
Yeah.
I don't even want to describe it. I just want to keep eating it, man. This is so good.
This barbecue sauce is really good.
This is what I like, everybody. You see how it comes off the bone? And the bone is nice and clean. That is how a rib should be cooked. Just like this.
It's like
right?
a lollipop.
Exactly. But at the same time, look. You see?
Yeah, it doesn't fall off.
It doesn't fall off the bone.
It's like pull off the bone. I would
Yeah.
say.
This to me is a textbook rib. Just the texture, the sauce on it, absolutely beautiful. It's soft, it's juicy, smoky. My hat's to the chef.
Oh, the description guy.
So what kind of textbook is it? Is it science, math,
A barbecue textbook.
reading,
That's
barbecue?
right.
Wow.
Enough. We can all agree that that's amazing, yes?
Yes.
That is fantastic. Now, I'm really excited for this. I never had the ribs like this in my life. This one is straight up on the grill,
Grilled
high
ribs.
temperature. It only took 30 minutes to cook this rib. This one here took 6 hours, everybody. This one, 30 minutes.
That's crazy quick.
Okay, ready for it? Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, I like that.
Oh man,
That's porky flavor.
that crust is
Yeah.
so good.
Now,
Oh
what
my
do you think,
god.
Andrew?
It's like a pork steak on a bone.
Steak on a bone,
Yeah,
exactly.
that's a great way of describing it.
That's
actually.
how I would call it. But I will say this, just as it is, was a really small. Just that right there, the
Barbecue rib?
barbecue sub.
Oh, no, this one.
No, I disagree.
I
I would
disagree.
put
That would
a
ruin
tiny
this.
bit. I don't think it'd ruin it though.
No, I disagree because this is sweet and this one should be savory.
Yeah.
It's a completely different game right here, everybody. I'll tell you this right now.
Yeah.
This is the most interesting part for me. It's nice and clean. So that means that it only took 30 minutes to cook because it was high temperature. But at the same time, it is pull off the bone, everybody. Look. You see? The bone comes out nice and clean.
I love this grill one. I was gonna say
I love that
it has
one. That
everything
one's so
that the
good.
last set of ribs had. With that crust, it just takes it to a whole nother level.
I think
man.
maybe I'm
This
biased.
one here.
I think
maybe.
you like sauce.
I think
way
I
too much.
just.
To wrap it up, so far, this one is my favorite. Okay. Are you guys ready?
I guess we can
I
only.
don't-
Are you guys ready to try the experiment Takis one?
I don't think I'm ready for this. This looks scary.
It doesn't matter. You just grab whatever you want. I'll go for the
I'm
red.
team red.
I'll go for the Grinch green.
The green. It's supposed to be blue, Leo.
Sorry.
Your team blue.
Blue.
Okay, enough. I'm excited to find out. Let's let you guys know if it's good, bad, or ugly. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers.
Cheers.
I don't know how I feel about this.
Is it crunchy, bro.
I'm actually getting a little bit of like lime and a little heat.
Yeah.
Which is interesting, and the texture's just weird on,
You don't like it?
on a rib. I just don't know if I like it or not. It's weird.
It's got a breading, it's fried, you know. But I wouldn't put it on top of any of the other two.
No, I think so as well. I think this one here is my favorite one. But you know what will probably be nice? If we dip this in a barbecue sauce.
This?
Ooh,
Yeah.
I like that idea.
So
Go
this
get the
one-
barbecue sauce in
I'll
there.
be right
Liam.
back.
So this one you can leave it alone, but this one you have to dip it in barbecue. That's how you.
What happens is this one is kind of dry. Thank you for the sauce, Leo.
No problem. I'm interested to try this.
Yeah, let's see how it's gonna find that taste, but don't get in there. Because I think the dryness, that's what, you know, killed me a little bit.
I was gonna say, I heard what Angel was saying. Why does this one need sauce and this one doesn't? And I think it's because this one has so much flavor that the sauce would actually ruin it.
I agree.
Whereas this one is kind of dry, and the Takis kind of like take away some of that rib flavor. You need it.
Wow, I couldn't have said any better. That's why you're here, Leo.
Leo's like a thesaurus.
Leo is the description guy, everybody. Okay,
Yeah, son.
look at that. Okay, this is straight up barbecue. You ready?
I put it in my mouth.
You cheated!
No, I didn't. I
You
didn't
cheated!
bite it. I put it in my mouth. I didn't put it out. I'll see myself out, guys.
That is exactly
Leo,
what
come on.
she said, bro. I'm sorry.
I'm
that-
joking, Leo. Come on over. All right, you ready?
All
Okay,
right.
let's try with the sauce.
All right,
Cheers,
cheers.
everybody.
Oh my god, that fixed it. That
Now
fixed it.
that is juicy, crumbly, crunchy. That's how it should be eaten right now.
These are both better than both of them.
I can agree to that, but at the same time, I think this is interesting, something for you to try it at home, something that I think you guys are gonna get a kick out of it. But most importantly, it's not bad, especially if you dunk
that
it in the sauce. Anyway, guys, these are the results. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did enjoy, make sure to give it a thumbs up. If you're not a subscriber, be sure to subscribe for future videos. Remember, if you are interested in anything I use, everything is always in the description down below. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you guys on the next one. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.
You know how the best way to get ribs out of your teeth?
A toothpick?
Eat more ribs.